Good morning, everyone. My name is Paulina, and this is Bella, and we will be your head students for the upcoming year. We are very excited to be the MCs of today's assembly.
Good morning, teachers and students. Welcome to the 2020 BISP Wai Kru ceremony, a Thai tradition which is a day for students to express gratitude and respect for our teachers.
Could all please stand? Please remain standing for the Thai Royal Anthem. Please sit down.
We now have a Thai classical dance, Ram Oi Pon, by My Thai, Year 11. Thank you, Mai Tai. That was beautiful.
May I now invite Mr. Meredith to give an opening address for this year's Wai Kru ceremony.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wai Kru ceremony. Teachers in Thailand always look forward to this ceremony at the start of the school year. In the last 6 months, the role of teachers around the world has been recognised, and while so many industries, companies, airlines, hotels and businesses shut down, teachers still provided education, albeit from their homes and on the internet with videos and multimedia. Learning did not stop. The world did. Just in the way in which it was approached changed. I know you and your parents were very appreciative with regards to the academic and well-being support given from your BISP teachers. However, one thing is very clear, and this was demonstrated in the whole world. Teachers in a classroom or at school with the students is the best education for the majority. Your human contact with teachers, coaches, other students, support staff is vital. This year, more than any other year, I think, you have just cause to be thankful for your teachers and coaches. We are very lucky to be in Thailand and to be back at school, enjoying the wonderful education provided by your teachers and coaches, even if social distancing and other measures are still in place. Let me assure you too that the teachers are happy to be back in school. In a brave new world, it's very unlikely that teachers will be replaced with robots or an online learning system. Welcome back to school, everybody, and I can confidently say on behalf of all the teachers that we look forward to the year ahead with all of you. Happy Wai Kru.
Thank you, Mr. Meredith.
Next, Stamp and Bank Year 12 will be telling us about the history of Wai Kru.
So what is Wai Kru and why do we celebrate it? Wai Kru is an important ceremony traditionally celebrated by Thai students at the start of each academic year. Thai people believe that teachers play an extremely significant role in the learning and upbringing of every student. So it's necessary for all students to recognize and appreciate the people who nurture their school experience. Therefore, Wai Kru is an expression of respect and gratitude that students have for their teacher.
Students come to school with a selection of flowers in many different forms, to thank their teacher for teaching them well in the past, but also to gain good fortune for the upcoming future. Flower trays are also made to be given for the teacher. They are decorated with many colorful flowers and plants. All the flowers and plants used in this arrangement are symbolic. Eggplant stands for respect because when the tree blooming, its branches bend down. In the same way, a student pay respect to their teacher. Pop rice stands for discipline because the rice is placed in a pan together and is heated up for a long time until it becomes pop rice.
Dok Kem, or West Indian jasmine, has the same name in Thai for the word needle, meaning the students will be sharp-witted and brainy. Bermuda grass stands for patience and perseverance, because although the grass looks wilted, it is pretty much alive. Wai Kru is therefore a day to pay respect to those who help to shape us into who we are.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stamp and Bank. We now know why we have the Wai Kru ceremony today.
We now have a teacher's appreciation video presentation by Year 12.
Teaching online, well, it was a very difficult experience.
Trying to get everyone online at the same time became quite difficult.
Missing the interaction with groups of students meant that it's very difficult to have that personal experience.
The connection of internet, because my house internet is not very good.
I realise how much I really rely on working in a practical space and being able to teach drama practically with my students.
It was quite a task, and a lot of students fell by the wayside due to they didn't have access at the right time.
So it was quite a long time to feel quite detached from the school community.
It was possible to connect to people that I hadn't connected with for a long time. Zoom chats and Google Classroom Meet.
I think online learning gives everyone an opportunity to do their work in a different way, maybe using video a lot more.
But the good thing during learning online, all my students, they attend all the Google Meet and they submit all the work.
Maybe trying to show what you've learned in a number of different ways. However, I'm so happy I'm back at school.
And I am very glad we are back to school.
Thank you.
Somebody's interfering. Who's that?
あらら、本当にいたんですね、大切な人。
I'm going to have to mute him, I think. There we go.
Oh, that's not good, is it? I need to just calibrate the board. Sorry, guys. Bear with me.
Short workouts, but really effective ways to improve your skills, your footwork, passing, defense, shooting, even shooting. So,
I'll start from the beginning again, all right? So in here, I've got some alcohol, some oxidizing agent, and I've started the reaction just by adding them together.
Hola, Samita. Hola, James.
Hola.
Oh, hola. Hola, Freddie.
Thank you so much to all the students who have put this fun video together. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Meredith, Mr. Suwanai, Mr. Crossland, Mrs. Stockings, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Perkins, Mr. Pearson, Mr. Wheeler, Mr. Stockings, and Mr. Lamantia onto the stage.
We now have the Teacher's Anthem by Saini, Year 9. Can all students please stand and show our respect by joining in for the anthem?
Would all the teachers please stand and turn around to face the students?
Pajerajaria honti kunutaranusa sekaข้าขอประนตน้อมสักการบูรพคณาจารย์ผู้ก่อประโยชน์ศึกษาทั้งท่านผู้ประสาทวิชาอบรมจริยาแก่ข้าในการปัจจุบันข้าขอเคารพอบพิวันระลึกคุณอนันต์ด้วยใจนิยมบูชาขอเดชกตเวทิตาอีกวิริยภาปัญญาให้เกิดแตกฉานศึกษาสำเร็จทุกประการอายุยืนนานอยู่ในศีลธรรมอันดีให้ได้เป็นเกียรติเป็นสีประโยชน์ทวีแก่ชาติและประเทศไทยเถิดปัญญาวุฒิกะเรเตเตทิโนวาเจนะมามิหัง
Would all teachers please kindly turn back? Please all sit down. Thank you.
Now, may student representatives come forth to present flower trays to express gratitude on behalf of all the students.
Student representatives, please kneel down. Student representatives, why? Student representatives may now return to their seats.
We now have the Students' Pledge by Polina.
All students, please stand up and repeat after me. We are students.
We are students.
We have to be honest and be well disciplined to school.
We have to be honest and be well disciplined to school.
We are students.
We are students.
We have to respect and obey our teachers.
We have to respect and obey our teachers.
We are students.
We are students.
We must not cause any trouble
We must not cause any trouble
and be contributive and to the school community and society.
and be contributive to the school community and society.
Please all sit down.
And now we'd like to say a few words to thank the teachers.
Over my years at BISP, I have heard students talking about teachers being like candles numerous times, sacrificing themselves to enlighten the future of their students. But this year, I think I want to put a little twist on it. The past academic year has been very unusual, something no one could have ever predicted. I'm sure that many people's dreams have come true. We were finally able to get up just 5 minutes before the start of the class and study from the comfort of our rooms. But studying online turned out to be more challenging than we ever could have anticipated, for parents, students, and especially teachers. We began to realize how important it was when a teacher came up to us during our lesson to check up on us and make sure we didn't have any questions without the whole class hearing. Or how easy it was to not need to repeat everything you just said because you forgot to turn on your microphone. Or maybe even the feeling of walking along the hallway and saying hello to the teachers that we don't normally talk to or did not expect to see. These little things would typically go unnoticed, but they're the ones that make our school such a warm and welcoming place.
At some point, every student has probably questioned whether they'd be able to learn in a similar way if there wasn't a teacher to teach them. And I think that online learning has shown us just how much the physical absence of a teacher can influence us as students. It was and still remains a tough time that we need to adjust to. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank every single one of our teachers for staying up late, marking our classwork, for taking time out of their day to plan the lessons in the way that we'd be able to understand at home, and for making the effort to film videos for us and to try and make learning fun, and for always being happy to reach out and support us.
So maybe, just maybe, a teacher is like a computer, because no matter how much information there is on the internet, the only way we can access it is with the help of somebody that can convert the invisible waves into a colorful image. Thank you.
And now Mr. Crossland will give a closing address.
Good morning, everybody. This is my first Wai Kru ceremony, indeed my first Thai ceremony. Are they all this kind to teachers? I hope so. It's very reassuring. It is my absolute pleasure to thank all of the organisers behind today's ceremony, in particular the Thai team, and of course our wonderful student ambassadors who, at a difficult time right at the start of the year, have really thrown their energy and enthusiasm and diligent planning into the ceremony today. So wherever you are sat, whether you're in a classroom or whether you're at home, whether you are here in the auditorium, please could you join me in that expression of thanks and give our wonderful Thai team and student ambassadors a large round of applause. Thank you. So the theme is very much around gratitude and appreciation and understanding. And I think I echo Mr. Meredith's words that over the last 6 months or so, it's been a very challenging journey for many of us, and we've all had a very human story to tell. I think it's really important that we do reflect back on what we've been through and look within ourselves to just reflect on how we've managed those challenges in order to guide the way forward and to guide our future. I look back, I brought my coffee cup onto the stage today, and I look back and I think, okay, for every negative thought that came into my mind, would I fill my coffee cup? And I think I probably would. You know, if I think about the frustration and the boredom with my own company in quarantine and the sense of just being detached from a community, all of those sort of negative frustrations would fill my cup. And I think if I held my cup out for long enough, they would eventually wear me down. They would be heavy on my mind. The perfect antidote to empty the cup, if you like, is to have those thoughts of positivity, to be grateful for what we have, to show kindness, to show compassion, to show respect to other people. And soon that cup is soon emptied, and we naturally, in terms of our character, live a good life and live a very positive life. And I encourage you as you go forward this year to always think about what you do have with that sense of gratitude in mind. I think also the last thing that I would like to say is that don't underestimate that your gratitude is not reciprocated. So on behalf of all the staff here, I can reassure you that it is so great to see you back in school. It is so appreciative from our perspective of your kind words and actions and thoughts that we've demonstrated today. And it is reciprocated. I had a conversation with a member of staff not so long ago, and we talked about the whole nature of e-learning and learning face-to-face and what it was like. And we likened it to that wonderful film, The Wizard of Oz. I hope you've seen The Wizard of Oz. It's a classic movie. You must watch it. But at one point at the beginning of the film, Dorothy leads this very black and white with shades of grey, a little bit stormy at the beginning of the movie. That's her life. And we could say that to a certain extent, some of the e-learning has been a little bit like that. But when Dorothy arrives in the land of Oz, everything turns to colour. You bring, the students in our community, bring real technicolor to our lives. And we want to thank you as staff here at the school for that. I encourage you to show that vibrancy and that tenacity and that energy that you have done over the last 3 weeks. We can't wait to complete the movie when the rest of our students from overseas return to the land of Oz. And we look forward to that time when we can all move forward together in the not too distant future. So thank you very much for the tokens of appreciation for our community today. We really appreciate it. We reciprocate your kindness, and have a great year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crossland.
We now have come to the end of this year's Wai Kru ceremony. We would like to say a big thank you to the Thai department and all those who were involved. Without their contribution, today's Wai Kru ceremony would not have been possible.
Remember to show gratitude and respect to all your teachers, not just for this one day, but for every day. All students, please remain seated while the teachers leave first. Thank you and have a happy Wai Kru Day.
ขอบคุณค่ะ